This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the New York Knicks. Looking at the last game for the Knicks, it was a win against San Antonio. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And guys, we'll get to see Freak play in this one. He was one of the bigger names in college. Jumped to the NBA after 1 year. Shaq, you left early as well. How hard of a decision was it to leave school?
Well, it's never an easy decision. Each person has different reasons why they want to leave. Financial responsibility, just getting tired. In my case, the Hack of Shaq was created. I was getting beat up too much, and I heard my main man, Dick Vitale, say,
Look, what's up, man? Good to see you.
How's the family? CC good?
Yeah, she's good. They're all good. Nice knowing you have family to have your back all the time.
For sure. Got to keep that support system in place. Make a big difference over a long season. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, man. Hey, you know we're taking this one, right?
Not a chance, Freak.
The Rockets play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a loss to the Indiana Pacers.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
So the New York starting five, Big Daddy in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Anthony in at the three. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Beverly with the ball. Screen by Howard. Harden outside. No good with the triple. Rockets on defense. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Inter-conference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
Here is Harden following the score by New York. And now Aflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one's good. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from the wing. And that one's good. Beverly. For New York, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's Big Daddy. 14 points from him the last game against San Antonio.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the score by New York. Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Ariza. Pass to Beverly. Lets it go from deep. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
Here is Harden following the score by New York. And the shot is good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Big Daddy. Out to Anthony. Lopez a screen. Big Daddy. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Rockets trail by 4. Harden kicks to Beasley. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Harden dishes to Beverly. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup, their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
That's their identity. That's what they're all about. Their defense is really what sparks them.
And that has to be their spark if they're going to be successful. I mean, everything for them starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Kicks it to Aflalo. From the arc. Shot is off. So for New York, their last game, a win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big.
The Knicks leading by 10. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Capella in at the 5. The Knicks shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Howard's checked in for Trevor Booker. That free throw good from Big Daddy. Well, we all know that Freak changed sides recently, but it's a challenge he's up to and wanted. It can be intimidating, you know, Clark, to join a new team, but I think he's okay with it.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, he knows there are going to be some rough spots and a bit of a learning curve. But eventually things smooth out, and Freak knows how to fit in with the team, and this roster definitely looks stronger with him on it.
And it's Spates with the rebound.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Here's Rivers after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Now here's Rivers. He's covered closely. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Rivers has got his first points of the night.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Here's Ariza. Following the basket by Tony Roten. Ariza kicks to Harden. Back to Ariza. Shoots from the corner. Not enough on that one as it misses. New York leading by 15. Here's Anthony. Here's Spates. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Spates has got 8.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Rivers. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. The shot is off.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one. What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
And the slam dunk by Spates.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Now here's Rivers. There's a screen. Can they get it? The Rockets with another miss.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And here's Harden following the three-pointer by Freak.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Rockets Power Dancers.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Fifth on the list, James Harden.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one after another all season long.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets. Patrick Beverley comes in for Austin Rivers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Porzingis comes in for Larry Sanders. It's blocked. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Spurs made a big difference. He ended with 14 points and was effective from long range as he got that scoring line by dropping in a good amount of threes. With a game like he had, there weren't a lot of things you could point to where he went wrong.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
And here's Beverley following the three-pointer by Freak. Beverley dishes to Harden. Ariza against Anthony.
2 minutes
To end the drought. It's rebounded by New York.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Big Daddy. 13 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Booker, he's checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for James Harden. And then for New York, Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And it's a Flalo in for Tony Roten. And pushing it up, here's New York. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for New York.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
New York's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. There's the pass to Porzingis. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. Big Daddy. The shot will not go. The Rockets go the other way with it. Brewer passes to Beasley. Another miss by Houston.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Porzingis, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Shot's good from Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got 13 points in just this quarter.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
Smooth sailing for New York. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter to the left side wing. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's O'Quinn. Booker pulls it in.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And Beverly kicks to Brewer. The baseline J off the mark. Shot is no good. And so a pretty lot.
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. When I don't try to force it on offense, good things happen, and that's why I've had success here early on. Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Big Daddy, he's in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. And it's Aflalo in at the shooting guard position. Beasley, he hits it from 9. Beasley's got the first bucket of the third here for the Rockets.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Passes to Big Daddy. Outside Anthony. Inside, here's Big Daddy. Rockets with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Knicks shooting so well. The offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. Dishes it to Lopez. On the money from 12 feet away. Lopez has got 8.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
They get it again. Harden outside. Beasley sets a screen for Harden. Just 5 on the clock. The tray. Another miss by Harden.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Beverly against Anthony. There's the screen. On the wing of Flello. All sorts of time. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Beverly. D right on him. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 3rd rebound on the night. The Big Daddy passes to Carmelo. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Anthony's got 8 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 7.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Outside Anthony.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Now the dish to Lopez. And good on the basket. Book it. 10 points for him.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Beverly. They need this to the middle. No good from Howard.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Beasley the screen, and here's Harden for 3. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Aflalo, that's good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now, here is Harden. He dishes it to Ariza. Lets it go. And an air ball on that one. Way off. And the Knicks with possession. A nice run going 12 in a row. The Big Daddy passes to Aflalo. Anthony against Ariza. To the inside. Big Daddy. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Rockets, number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second-chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
That free throw good from Big Daddy. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And a new group in for the Knicks. Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Roten subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Now here's Rivers. And the rejection by Sanders. Second shot opportunity. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
This is a nice third-quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
They get the rebound. They need this one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Rockets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Judd.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Freak. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
I love the contribution he gave with his long-range shooting tonight. He was on fire. That turned out to be the big key for them. If someone drove the lane and the defense collapsed, they would always kick it to him for another 3. Splaka Katayow!
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's very
Trick-or-treat, give me something good to eat.
And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the New York Knicks in New York. For New York, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And the ghouls and goblins are out as we're hosting here on Halloween night. Oh, that is very scary, Shaq. I see you decided not to dress for the occasion.
Well, when you're 7 feet and as sexy as I am, you don't need a costume. Plus, I took my kids trick-or-treating before I came here. Ernie, father duties.
Wow. I just remember the worst trick that I ever got in the bag.
Trick in the
on
bag?
Trick-or-treat. Yeah, it was the worst
trick in the bag.
The worst trick in the bag I've ever got. I opened up the candy thinking it was going to be filled with all kinds of great things. I opened it up and worms were inside.
Oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible story.
That's awesome.
That's a
Did
terrible
you
story.
It was horrible.
It's a very sad story.
It was hard. It was a trick in the bag.
What was your best costume?
My best costume probably when I was an adult. I came, me and my wife, Run DMC.
Oh.
I was Run. No, I was DMC. She was Run.
Yeah. How about you, Shaq? You never dress up for...
He's dressed for Halloween right now.
I'll give you a hint, Ernie. Oh.
What's that?
Chewbacca.
Oh. I didn't know that was Chewbacca's sound.
Oh.
I'm going trick-or-treating again this year as Ryan Gosling.
Oh, nice.
That'll do it for now. Thanks for tuning in. I don't need a costume.
You mean Ryan Giesling?
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We're wearing our costumes. We hope you are too. Happy Halloween as 2K Sports presents the NBA. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this New York crowd wants some love from their Knicks. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the center. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against the Brooklyn Nets.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Now here's James following the miss by Freak. Just 5 to shoot. Steps back and fires. And he hits the jump shot.
And not much breathing room there. The step back move gave him just enough to get it off.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. There's the bucket. Good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Thompson dishes to Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The drive by Thompson.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Follow against Smith. Outside Irving. Again, Irving missing. Here's Porzingis. Here's Big Daddy. And a miss there on the triple. LeBron outside. Cleveland moving the ball around. Thompson sets the pick for LeBron. Down low. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one's on Anthony.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
He makes one of two that time. On defense, the Cavaliers. The Big Daddy passes to Aflalo. Feeds it to Carmelo. Dishes it to Aflalo. And the layup's good off the glass. Aflalo's got his second bucket of the game to go. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. LeBron outside. Love with the screen for James.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Irving following the score by New York. It's a pick by Love, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. Great showing for him last season. 6th in scoring, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis, and it's Tony Roten in for Aaron Aflalo.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside Irving. It's a pick by Love. James kicks to Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Irving for 3. No good. The Knicks leading by 3. 3 on 3. 1:43 left in the first quarter. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now, here is Smith. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago.
Well, it was a long year, and you were reminded of it every time you played this team. I mean, they never gave up a lot of points. They made you work for everything. And the points you did get against them were really hard-earned.
Williams, he's checked in for the Knicks. Cleveland also making some changes. Jarnell Stokes, he's checked in for Love. Shumpert comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Now, here's Roten. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
They get 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Here's Dellavedova. They trail by 3. On the wing, Shumpert. He's covered by Roten. Left side, Shumpert. Stokes. And that one's good. Stokes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Space. He had 10 points in the win against the Rockets in Houston. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That one drops. He ties it up. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Pass to Big Daddy. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. And it's Dellavedova missing.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got to...
They have a star-studded matchup with LeBron James going against Freak, who had this. Both guys mean so much, Clark, to their team. Going with almost an entire new group here. Larry Sanders is checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Anthony's checked in for Derek Williams. And Big Daddy's subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Cleveland also making some changes. Charnel Stokes, he's checked in for Thompson. Love comes in for Channing Frye. And James subbed in for Shumpert. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Irving. And it's Stokes in at the 5 down low. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets had a huge game. He ended with 22 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. It was just a fantastic outing for him, and really, there wasn't any way to prevent him from taking over the game. Fun to watch, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Roten. Shot's good from Love. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Cavaliers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Irving kicks to LeBron. Pass to Dellavedova. And the shot no good, a bit short.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Offensive rebound. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off. That time. Roten's got his first bucket in this one. James with it. Now Anthony defending. Nobody near Irving. Cannot hit. And New York the other way now. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
LeBron drives in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And the first half.
No, Carmelo after.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast.
Take a look at what Irving's done. 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Big Daddy in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. And it's Aflalo in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Good on the shot. Porzingis, he's got 13.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
The screen from Thompson. Here's Irving. James against Anthony. James dishes to Love. No good on the triple. Knicks trail by 4. The pass to Big Daddy. He kicks it to Lopez. They set the pick. And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
And he gets the bucket. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. The feed to Irving. Screen by Smith. Irving kicks to LeBron. Fade away. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Thompson. Anthony kicks to Aflalo. Some nice passing by New York here. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Williams is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And then for Cleveland, Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for James. Smith with it, now guarded by Big Daddy. Outside Irving. The screen from Thompson. Back to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Big Daddy.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Porzingis, and he converts the layup. Porzingis has got 17.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. For Cleveland, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. There's 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. It's a pick by Love. To the paint, up off the screen.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
He hits the second from the line. Knicks trail by 6. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Spates the pass to Big Daddy. Misses from short range.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
For the 3.
Got it! What a shot!
That's a crucial 3, Kev. They've cut it close going into the 4th. They've still got a chance.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Knicks shooting well, 50% from the floor. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's a pick by Love. Dellavedova dishes to Love. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. That's 10 points for Kevin Love.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Let's go, Knicks!
Follow the pass to Big Daddy. Lopez a screen. 5 on the clock to tie it up. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first foul. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Outside Irving. James against Anthony. The 3. A shot by LeBron. No good. Knicks trail by 3. It's up a 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. James kicks to Irving. They get it back.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And it's Lopez at the elbow. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well. Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers!
Knicks trail by 5. Pass to Big Daddy from beyond the arc. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. 18 points for Freak.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
Smith with a wide open look. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Lopez. And he banks in the layup.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He told his squad, listen, guys, it's close. It's about execution here. If we do that, I like our chances. No hero ball, just trust each other and make the simple play. Kevin?
All right, Doris. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Big Daddy, covered by Irving. The Big Daddy passes to Porzingis. The score now all even. Porzingis has got 19 points.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Here's a Flalo. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And he can't hit the second. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
New York shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Here's Big Daddy. A three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers trailing. Outside Irving. Smith outside. And it's sent back by Lopez. Here's Big Daddy. An easy 2 points on the layup. Big Daddy's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
No one near James as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
A follow outside. He dishes it to Anthony. Kicks to Lopez. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Lopez has got the lead. Back up to 3 now for New York. Left in the fourth quarter. And James gets it to go.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Knicks have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Now that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Cleveland's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Love with the screen on Anthony. LeBron dishes to Love. On its way from Irving for 2. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Alfalo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Some fantastic numbers here for Big Daddy. He has 20 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those three-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
James against Anthony. Love wide open. He fires. His three-pointers off the mark. New York leading by 3. Anthony on the wing. Covered by Smith. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. Some nice passing by New York here. It is now to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Porzingis. Inside. Here's Big Daddy. And again, it's the Knicks missing. LeBron up top. He's guarded by a Flalo.
Boy, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
The game has come down to this.
Ginormous possession here.
What intensity. It's Anthony with the drive. On the wing of Flalo. Passes it to Porzingis. Anthony kicks to Lopez. Connects.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. James outside, and Love has it in the corner. Misses the trade. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
The shot by Irving. It's good. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans love it.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with Carmelo Anthony. And Melo, first off, congratulations on this win. How would you describe the team's effort here tonight?
We willed our way to this one. We took our time, executed. We stayed composed, and that's something we've been doing. The past 2 games, just keeping our composure and just finishing games. We've been doing that.
This team is playing great, Melo. Thanks for your time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. What'd you think, Ken?
He came through with some big buckets down the stretch, Shaq. 4 3-pointers all together for him, that's big. And the key for him offensively, he took great shots.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they need to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight is Al Horford. He's not a flashy guy by any means. Has never gotten all that much national media love. But, Shaq, wouldn't you say he is as solid a post player as you'll find?
You know what? He doesn't do anything with flash and doesn't have the big contract, but he plays like it. I just want to say muchas gracias, papi. He's from Dominican Republic.
Oh, muy bien. Well, he does everything you want a post player to do. I mean, honestly, he passes the basketball. He can handle it off a rebound. He moves it, post.
Let's meet the starting lineup, the visiting New York Knicks. At shooting guard, Aaron Aflalo. At center, Robin Lopez. At power forward, Kristaps Porzingis. At the other forward position, Carmelo Anthony. At the other guard position, Freak. The head coach of the visiting team is Kurt Rambis. At guard.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. And a one-game homestand for Atlanta as the Hawks will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. And last year they were able to take the edge in the series thanks to some clutch play.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And, Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better. And that could make it easier down the road.
So the New York starting five. Big Daddy in at point guard. Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Aflalo in at the 2. Here's Schroeder. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. Millsap to Bazemore. Millsap up top. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
And it's the Knicks with the ball, following the 3 by Atlanta. Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. To the middle. Millsap has the open look. Another miss by Millsap. For Atlanta, they come in off a loss to the Heat in Miami.
And that kind of loss sticks with you for a while because they probably felt they were the better team on that night. They just could not make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had it. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
The Hawks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Schroeder passes to Horford. Here's Millsap. The dish to Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. Down low, here's Horford. It's tipped. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Big Daddy. Sinks the triple. Big Daddy's got his second basket of the night.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. The feed to Horford. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. New York leading by 4. Some nice passing by New York here. The 3 ball. And again, New York with the triple.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The shot by Millsap. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. That one goes. Count it. Big Daddy's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Schroeder. 8 points his last outing. To the paint. It's tipped. Lopez with the steal. And now Afflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going for your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And a new group in for the Knicks. Big Daddy's checked in for New York. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Williams. Pass to Big Daddy. Trying his luck deep. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Teague against Williams. The 3 from Cephalosha. The rebound by Roten. Here's Big Daddy. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. New York ahead. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-3 run. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. 2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Kyle Korver is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Cavaliers got the job done. He ended with 22 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. It's games like this that have propelled his team to wins early on this season.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
Now, here's Roten following the miss by Al Horford.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say.
And we'll go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And a new group in for the Knicks. Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. Williams is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Big Daddy subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. The Knicks leading by 20. Here's Big Daddy. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
What a night so far for Big Daddy. He's got 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Teague dishes to Millsap. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. Splitter sets a screen for Teague. It's stolen. Fast break, here they come. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Fast break, the Hawks. Hardaway with it. And Roten picks him up defensively. Teague, the pass to Millsap. Outside Hardaway. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. And Paul Millsap gets the 3.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And the pass to Roten. Williams kicks to Spates. Takes the 13-footer. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Spates has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Here's Teague. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Nice shot there.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Freak really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you know, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. Big Daddy, he's in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Lopez in at the center.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Offensive rebound, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Lopez has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Knicks. Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Big Daddy. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bazemore misses. New York leading by 21. He tries for 3, and he hits the triple. 3 points there on the shot from Big Daddy. Big Daddy's got 12.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Horford. Coming off a terrific season. He put in about 16 points a game last year. 8 rebounds and...
Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Korver with it. 5 points in the game. He kicks it to Schroeder. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 6.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively. Well, Kevin, we got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 4th in free throw percentage, 5th in opponent field goal percentage. And they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration.
5 to shoot. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Big Daddy. Rebound, Atlanta. Now Schroeder. And it's Korver in the corner. Horford dishes to Schroeder. Lots of room. The shot is off, and New York will come the other way. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Bazemore and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And he can't hit the second.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Outside Anthony, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, another turnover. The guys on the whole, I think they've done it.
Substitution on the court.
T. Can't get it to go.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Hardaway. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. And Teague, here we go. And he gets it to go from the high post. Teague's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Hawks. Here's Big Daddy.
Move the ball and stick it to right.
Lopez up top. New York moving it around. Back to Aflalo. Dishes it to Lopez. Shot off the pick. Nice jump shot. Good.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Ball's knocked loose, and they're running. Here's Big Daddy. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Both teams making substitutions here. Hawks shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Here's Millsap. He sinks the 11-footer.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
The 11-footer. Horford, no luck.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
To the middle. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. New York leading by 21. Here's Big Daddy. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one on Horford.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Big Daddy. Here's Schroeder. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Kicks to Horford. Millsap a screen. Puts up the baby hook. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And the first one drops.
Al Horford. 2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
That's his 5th personal foul. At the line for the Hawks.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Taking 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. Millsap a screen. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Passes it to Bazemore. Clock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Horford. Horford missing again.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws. Was good from Anthony. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The feed to Bazemore. Pass to Horford. He dishes it to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Lets the three fly. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
You're starting to feel from deep.
Kyle Quinn is checked in for New York.
We're going to give up the drive.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here is Anthony, 11 feet away, and that one goes long. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. Outside Millsap. Tavares. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Al Horford, he's checked in for the Hawks. And a switch here also for New York. Lopez is checked in. Five on the clock. Korver dishes to Schroeder. Offline with his three. The Knicks leading by 22. Pass to Big Daddy. Puts up a three. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's 21 points for Freak. 1:52 left in the game. Here's Schroeder. Count that one.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Here's Big Daddy. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Bazemore.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitters checked in for Horford. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. And Tabo Cephalosha subbed in for Kent Bazemore.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in the season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against the Hawks.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Big Daddy. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Jarrett Williams, he checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Smooth sailing for New York. And Green now, top of the key. Feeds to O'Quinn. The stupendous finish in traffic.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
I love the contribution he gave with his long-range shooting tonight. He was on fire. That turned out to be the big key for them. If someone drove the lane and the defense collapsed, they would always kick it to him for another 3. Splaka Katayow!
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Season, looking to continue that string of victories. Best, the category.
Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford.
Ooh.
Then Chris
Nice.
Paul.
Yes.
Maybe a little Rondo, maybe Tony Parker, Derrick Rose, and my sleeper coming off the bench, Orlando, my neighbor, Elfrid Payton.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
What a view as we get set to enjoy an evening of basketball in beautiful New York City. We're coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a win against the Hawks in Atlanta. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, Rudy Gay is out there with Monty Eunice. Then there is DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Meeks in a two-guard.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Cousins, no good. And so it's New York with it. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Big Daddy. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. On defense, the Knicks. Outside Rondo. Pass to Cousins. Back to Rondo. It's tipped. Here's Big Daddy. Off target from three-point range.
He just never looks comfortable when he's that far away from the basket.
Gay with it, now guarded by Aflalo. Screen by Cousins. Elbow shot. Meeks can't hit.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And it's Aflalo penetrating. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Anthony's got his first bucket of the night.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Rondo dishes to Monty Eunice. Gay against Anthony. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And Doris Burke spoke with George Carl. Doris?
He said a big part of this game will depend on how well they can slow down Carmelo Anthony. He added with his size and shooting ability, he can score inside and out. We're going to try a couple different coverages and show him different looks over the course of the game to try to keep him off balance. And guys, I guess we'll see how it works. Back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Cousins. Following the basket by Freak. Cousins with it. He's coming off a 31-point game against Oklahoma City.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Aflalo kicks to Anthony. There's the screen, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Aflalo outside. There's the pass to Big Daddy. 6 on the shot clock. Bangs home the trifecta. Big Daddy's got 7. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Now here's Rondo. Not a lot of room. Kicks to Moniunas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
It's his first trip to the line.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Spates checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams checked in for Anthony. And Roten subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Now here's Sanders. Here's Spates. And again, it's New York.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Here's Collison. He had 15 points last outing. Rebound by Williams.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Now, here's Meeks. Sanders covering. Meeks passes to Collison. And that one's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Collison. The Knicks making the shot. And the rejection by Sanders. And here we go. Fast break. Roten's got it. And the jam by Derek Williams.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
The Kings trail by 7. The dish to Thomas. There's a screen. Feeds it to Meeks. Left side Collison. Thomas kicks to Meeks. Back to Thomas. Moniunas dishes to Thomas. Hits from the high post. Thomas got his first bucket of the night. The Knicks leading by 5. Williams kicks to Roten. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Spates. And the layup is good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball move.
For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Now here's Collison. Defense right on him. There's the pick. Jumper off the screen, and it's blocked. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession.
Costa Cruz.
That misses, would have counted had it gone in. And that does it for the first quarter. Knicks lead by 7. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team. You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned. Daddy subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Sacramento also making some changes. Montejunas comes in for Kufis, and it's Caspian for Rudy Gay. Big Daddy in at point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Roten in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He had 21 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. A great game from him in what has been a solid start for the team on the year.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
Spates checked in for New York. Derek Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Then for the Kings, Powell, he's checked in for Cousins. Thomas comes in for Caspi, and it's Jody Meeks in for Rajon Rondo.
What are you doing?
Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. Number 1, the Knicks.
Not only did they shoot a high percentage from the line, Kevin, but this team was outstanding in getting to the line at a high rate. You know, guys found a way to take it up a notch in terms of their free throw shooting, and that's always a key component in winning basketball games.
The Knicks leading by 11. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Oh, we got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in free throw percentage, 10th in points off turnovers. And they were in the top half of the league offensively with their point totals as well. Not bad, just kind of pedestrian. Maybe average is a better way to describe it.
And don't forget how special they were at the foul line. Sometimes that can be an underrated stat, but they were tremendous, and it definitely sealed some wins down the stretch.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
They're very steady with their work on the interior, really a well-rounded effort overall. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
A drive by Collison. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collison's got 4 points in the quarter. The Knicks leading by 11. Passes it to O'Quinn. He feeds it to Spates. To the inside. It's taken away by Collison. Here's Meeks. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. A nice shot by Collison.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Knicks have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. O'Quinn, the pass to Roten. Some nice passing by New York here. No good from Big Daddy.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Outside Collison. Rebounded by Big Daddy.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Sanders checked in for New York. Aflalo comes in for Tony Roten. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the half. No good from Big Daddy. The Kings trail by 11. Thomas dishes to Collison. And there's the feed to Meeks. Takes the 3. And we finished one.
So, Carmelo, what?
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Freak really making a difference here.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
On the floor for Sacramento, Monty Eunice out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Here's Meeks. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. From the low block, Cousins, no good. The Knicks leading by 11. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Dishes to a Flalo. The second chance effort. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And Meeks kicks to Rondo. He dishes it to Cousins. And stolen by a Flalo.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
It's really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
The Kings trail by 15. Outside Rondo. Pass to Meeks. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here we go. Here's Big Daddy. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Pass to Monty Eunice. Back to Rondo. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Jody Meeks gets the 3. Meeks got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Big Daddy passes to Anthony. Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Gay. Lopez, a screen on Rondo. Inside, Monty Eunice with the steal. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Meeks leading the charge, and they're able to recover. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Porzingis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Porzingis has got 9 points.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
The Kings have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. Sacramento with the ball. Trailing by 17. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
Yeah, you could call it the 3 Ds. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, or whatever else you wanted to use to describe that would be appropriate.
Big Daddy. Powell pulls it in.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
New York leading by 15. The Big Daddy passes to Sanders. Here's Big Daddy. Off target with his 3.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that. A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
For Sacramento, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Nick shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Big Daddy, he's in at the point. Anthony out there with Sanders. Then there's Maurice Spates, and it's a Flalo in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. 40. Now Collison. He kicks it to Moniunas. Thomas a screen. Moniunas against Sanders. Fades away. No good off the front iron. New York leading by 18. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Big Daddy. He has 18 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Lopez comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Porzingis in for Larry Sanders. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Gay comes in for Lance Thomas. Moniunas, that's a screen for Collison. 6 to shoot. To the paint. And Moniunas, the basket on the assist by Collison.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. A three-pointer is right on target. Big Daddy's got 23. The Kings trail by 21. The drive by Collison.
That's a wall.
It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anthony, the pass to Big Daddy. No good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That will be their 2nd of this 5-game road trip. Collison dishes to Cousins. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Knicks.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Sacramento. Gay sets the pick for Rondo. There's the pass to Gay. Pulls up on the elbow. Rebound by Anthony. Anthony's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Passes to Big Daddy. No good with the triple. The Kings trail by 20. Kicks it to Rondo. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And that one's good by Gay.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
On the defensive end, I want some of you to crash the glass and score the ball. The rest of you, leak out so we can get some easy transition points.
New York leading by 18. Lopez outside. Porzingis passes to Big Daddy. Buries it from 3-point range. Big Daddy's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Knicks.
Knicks lead, 66-45.
Outside Rondo. Gay against Anthony. It's Gay with the drive. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Rondo. Here's Cousins. And the layup falls.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here's Big Daddy. He's covered by Rondo. Anthony on the wing. Hits the three-point bomb.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
The Kings have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Inside. That's good from Gay on the assist by Rondo. 11 points for Gay.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
At the line for your Knicks.
First one falls for him. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Jones comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And it's Green in for Aaron Aflalo.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100%.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they needed to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoy.